All right. So we are live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Hello out there to the internet. This is, oh my gosh.
What?
Melon, you had one job to do. I'll fix the show title later. Just says Commander Ship Show. I've been doing better. I've been posting Commander Ship and Major Tom every day. Uh,
I mean, I'm still down with just calling it the ship show
the Ship
or
Show.
the total ship show.
The Total Ship Show. That was okay. That last one's not bad.
Hot ship show.
Nah, now you're losing it. Yeah, you had something, and then you had to go too far.
That is
Actually,
my life.
I'm gonna share real quick. Maybe not. What is it? All right, and that's posted. Cool. All right, so we talk movie news here, movie and TV news every Tuesday night, mostly every Tuesday night. I apologize for being absent and last week, and we didn't have it because I got a last minute notice right after work that I could go see the new Aretha Franklin movie, Respect. So hopefully I can get that review out before it comes out this weekend. If not, it'll come out along with people watching it. Rather enjoyed it though. I
Good.
always feel weird about biopics though, because it's kind of like I'm like, yeah, I'm looking for some of the historical accuracy. Like, how much did you get right from what we know of that particular person's life? And then it's like, narratively, you're kind of constrained because you can't just, well, that's not great. Let's move that around. It's like, well, you can't. If that's what happened, that's what happened. So there can be some times where you're like, it would be better in a narrative sense for this to be changed, but you can't do it. So I'm sometimes always kind of conflicted on what to say about a thing that feels weird or why did they do this when that's part of someone's life. But
Yeah, it's and just also, you sometimes know what it. The difficulty for biopics for me, at least from a director's perspective, not that I am one, but I feel for them is that depending on how famous they are, you know the story, so your judgment isn't, or you're not being judged on the story, but how you tell it.
yeah,
Which, for example, M. Night Shyamalan could never do a biopic because he would have to say, "Oh, but Crispus Attucks was a wizard this whole time."
all right, good reference. I like it. Yeah, but Jennifer Hudson did a fantastic job. I would say, just singing it, portraying it, and I'll talk about that more because we were here to talk. We're finally going to talk Superman Lois, although we'll see how long Tom lasts. So, actually, what we might do is knock out the quick hits. We'll bring one of the major topics up. So we'll do Superman. Go ahead and talk Superman. That way, if Tom needs to go, we can at least. I don't want. I just don't want to keep pushing off Superman. So I just want to make sure we
Yeah,
get it. So we can do quick hits of the news, do
let's
Superman, and then we can get through what we can.
quickly do quick hits then.
So yeah, which never goes quick.
No.
So just see, Jungle Cruise and Suicide Squad did not do too hot in the box office. Samba TV reporting how many streams they were able to witness. 1.8 million households for suits for yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, let me take that back. Uh, 2.8 million U.S. households watched it on HBO Max on Samba TVs, released from Samba tracking it. We don't know other. Obviously, there's other ways to watch it, so that number is not the official number because they don't. As y'all watched in the show, they don't give us official numbers, and streamers are not usually hot to give us that. Similar situation with Jungle Cruise. We don't exactly know the exact numbers for it on streaming, although we do know to date domestically they've gotten 65.4 million, and so domestic and worldwide it's been around uh, 121 million to date. So well short, about 200 million short of like Black Widow, and we're still waiting to see what the actual financial numbers for Suicide Squad will be. Suicide Squad did come out as the highest debuted R-rated movie across platforms, although we don't really know we do know that fell short of Mortal Kombat's debut on HBO Max.
Whew, that hurts.
Yeah, but that granted, really there's just a lot of, it's like Godzilla and Mortal Kombat just did really well, being some of the first movies to come back out.
Yeah, I was thinking how much of that is just anxiety from people.
Yeah, but for theater performance for Suicide Squad, just R-rated movies has that stigma kind of been erased as far as how they do in theaters to a degree. But that probably is an added factor this time around. Because again, there's already that gun shy of the previous Suicide Squad movie. So I had to say there's probably some contingent that wasn't completely sold on watching that right now. On top of, this would be different if it had been like a Deadpool 2. It's like you'd already had Deadpool 1 had already established and beat itself. So if Deadpool 2 was coming out this time, people had already had that, oh, I really love that first movie, so I will go and watch the sequel. Suicide Squad just unfortunately doesn't have that.
I don't know if anyone loved the first movie.
Yeah. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets a rebound. I would be, if it has a higher number next week, I would not be surprised at all after all the buzz has gotten out and now people want to go try to track it down.
Agreed. I think you and I both have individually gotten 2 or 3 people to watch it just based off of our reviews.
I've watched it 3 times since it's come out. So
wow.
Yeah.
I have only watched it once.
Yeah.
But I may watch it again this weekend.
Gotta do that. Yeah, the first time I was kind of sleepy. So I could tell it was great, but I was like, I need to give this another shot because I'm kind of like falling in it. It's not the movie's fault. I was just exhausted. And then the second time around was just in tears when everything was hitting better. So then watched it when I got back home this week. So cool. So that is the box office. Quick thing on Godzilla versus Kong. One, the theatrical window for it has come and gone. So it is back on HBO Max. Remember, it debuted simultaneously in theaters and HBO Max, had the theatrical window break to give theaters time to watch it. So now it is back on HBO Max, along with, we'll have some update on when the Blu-ray release will come out for people that want to own it physically. But the writer, Max Borenstein, for Godzilla vs. Kong, addressed a common fan complaint of a lot of these movies is that the human storyline are usually pretty blah. Some of them have been okay. I would say the first Godzilla reboot, 2014, was decent human storylines. It's just kind of gone downhill after that. And he said, why don't we just get rid of them? What would that entail? I don't know. How would they make that work? I don't know. But I'd be kind of curious. Could you make that interesting without it just devolving into just bunch of
smash? Yeah, I mean, there's a part of me that's like, you know what? Give me an hour and a half, but no more of giant monsters kicking the crap out of each other, and I could be entertained in that. But the whole point of kaiju movies is how humans react to them.
Yeah, I mean, the original Godzilla is the nuclear bomb, Japan having to deal with the fallout from that, literally, and then like processing that. So like, yeah, if you take the humans out, but I don't know. So
and also stakes are not there, right? Like, you and I joked about them going on an island at the end of that movie, a la Rocky 3, to duke it out. But if they're on a deserted island fighting it out, you might have some investment into whether King Kong or Godzilla wins, but in the end,
things to consider. All right, and going into Buffy news, which is not something we normally get to say a lot. Sarah Michelle Gellar photoshopped herself into a cast reunion pic. 3 characters that make up the trio, who were Warren, Andrew, and Jonathan, played by Andrew Bush, Tom Link, and Danny Strong, respectively, were basically the bulk and skull of the Buffy the Vampire Slayer universe. until they became upgraded characters later in the later seasons of the show, becoming a thorn in her side. So to continue to play that, first flipping around being a thorn in their side, she photoshopped herself into their little small meetup photo on Instagram, which was well received. Nice. Let's see. That is the wrong photo. I guess, all right, we'll keep it on Michelle.
There we go.
Well, okay. Actually, all right, we'll switch to this
Yeah,
photo. There should have been a photo of, it's actually not I put Nathan Fillion building in the, which is kind of a misnomer. That's not exactly what's happening. Basically, it's like an old parking lot is going to get raised to create a outdoor space, create a park in in the city of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, which is where Nathan Fillion's hometown, so where he's from. And Warner Brothers and the rest of the Suicide Squad got a hold of it. There's a cool video on the Warner Brothers Twitter that you can go check out of them voicing their support for this petition to have it named in his honor, which is kind of cool seeing your castmates come together and support you, especially considering you didn't have a lot of runtime with them, which we'll get to later. Dun, dun, dun.